who disagrees with me? Dan, you are one of my favorite super fans, all right? But I know you're not coming here to disagree. I'll let you on eventually. But not this one, because ideally I want to talk to people that disagree first. Also, guys, can you hear okay in the chat? I'm going to go to the Audacity page. I need to figure out how to control the Zoom from my laptop, because the challenge is when it's there, I just don't have enough control where I can't like kick people off or mute them during. And I've had people put some inappropriate things on there, and I need to move it here, and I don't know how. He wants to roast. All right, Dan, I'm going to let you up only because you're in the Audacity chat site. If you guys want first dibs to come up, you got to go to the audacitynetwork.com, and I'll give Dane, but keep it quick. Don't go too long, because I want to talk to disagreeers. Okay. Add as a speaker. Okay, Dane, what is your roast? Dane. Okay, well.
Hey, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Also,
okay, great.
Guys in the chat, if you have any audio issues, let me know. But don't I have a producer for this? Okay, why don't you sign up to my website and we'll get more help. But okay, here you go.
Yeah, just as a reminder that problem unmuting my mic is a reminder that I am 53 years old. So, I got fat fingers and I couldn't get it off mute, so here I am. Anyway, well, Happy New Year, Pearl. Great to be here, man. That Sean guy, see, that's the kind of feminist that just what we rednecks down here in Alabama call grind my gears. They really do. Because they'll tell you, I'm not a feminist. I'm a defender of male rights or whatever. But then they'll turn around and they'll say things that tell you that they are, in fact, a feminist. I mean, they are feminists. They just don't like being mistreated by their own people. I mean, that's the bottom line with the Pearl, because he said, well, what you said was true, Pearl. These women are committing fraud, right? But I don't like the way you said it. You could have hurt their feelings. And we don't need to hurt the feelings of the ladies, Pearl. It's okay for them to put up pictures of themselves with all these filters and stuff that make them look like some kind of Van Gogh painting. Doesn't even look like a human being. But we're just supposed to act like we don't notice it. just like the fat kid at T-ball who can't hit the damn ball that's on the tee. Okay? We're going to have to act like that Sammy Sosa's, he'll be Sammy Sosa in the future. We can't tell him you suck. You need to take up chess, or so maybe you can get into the audio video club. That's what they called it when I was young. Of course, like I said, I'm over half a century old. So we can't tell him that. We have to build up his self-esteem, and we have to protect his feelings and make sure that they don't go to bed tonight thinking that they suck. And that's the bottom line. So these men, they're in the manosphere space or the red pill space or whatever you want to call this side of the internet and the social philosophy world that you and I are on. But they're here because they're tired of their own people, feminists. They're tired of their own people treating them badly. I mean, they have pandered and simped to these feminists probably their whole life, and they still ain't getting laid, at least not regularly, right? So they're still not getting what they want, and they're upset about it. So they come to the manosphere and they present themselves as someone that's masculine and stands up for and supports, healthy masculinity in the culture. But then they turn around and they'll say, but Pearl, even though what you said was true, you really shouldn't have said it, Pearl. You hurt their feelings. You made them feel bad, and you offended them. They're a feminist. Feminist. Right? I'm a redneck, but I did graduate high school. So I can spell feminist, and I can recognize feminist when I hear it. Grinds my gears. Give me the soy boy, right? Who obviously you can look at the guys and tell that they suffer from a chronic vitamin D deficiency because they hadn't been out in the actual sunlight since they were in like recess in middle school. Give me that guy with this man bun, right? And a couple of tattoos and whatever, who's a feminist or extreme leftist or whatever. least I can respect the guy for just coming right out and saying, you know, I am what I am. But over here on our side of the internet or whatever, the manosphere, the red pill, whatever side, you have so many, they call you a grifter. That dude, Sean, that's the grifter. Because his only criticism of you really was you weren't sweet enough to the ladies. And you know we have to treat the ladies nice because they'll get their feelings hurt. That's bullcrap. We've been doing that since at least the early 60s out in the town square, in the marketplace of ideas, and they keep coming, and they keep coming, and they keep coming. It hasn't happened. You know, shame, pain, uncomfortableness, exposure. It's like President Trump said back when COVID first came out, and when he was talking about the China, virus. He said sunlight's the best disinfectant. You can't get these women out in the sunlight unless you really, really, really piss them off. And then they'll get their pitchforks and they'll get their torches and they'll get their hammers and they'll come running and harping at you and they're going to report your video and get it demonetized and all that because they can't win the discussion out in the daylight. Well, as long as we're handling it with kid gloves and we're like, well, I know that you're just really self-conscious and you just really want to look your best and put your best foot forward because, you never get a second chance to make a good first impression and whatever. I understand all of that, darling. So maybe we can talk and you can get it off your chest, but why you feel the need to commit fraud in public and that sort of stuff. If you deal, we should deal with them like that because we don't want to get them out in the daylight, get them out in the sunlight where all that makeup they'll start sweating and their mascara.
They might go to the pool. That'd be nice, yeah.
Yeah, their Bondo and their fiberglass and their sheetrock mud will just flow right off. And
thank you very much, Dane. I appreciate it.
All right, Pearl. Well, thanks for having me. Have a great 2025. And let's just keep catching these catfish, but let's not throw them in the live well. Okay, don't throw them up on the bank. Let them flop around and let a coyote or something get them.
Okay.
Let's keep catching them and put them where they belong.
Okay, thank you, Dane.
Take care, Pearl.
Okay, does anyone disagree on the